So yes, let's take a look. The Stefan posted on our Google Classroom. The division of an hour into 60 minutes and of the minute to 60 seconds come from the Babylonians who used a hexadecimal counting in 60s system for mathematics and astronomy. They derived the number system from the Sumerians who were using it as early as the 3500 BC, before the birth of Christ. Now, where do you find this information from, Stefan? Google. Oh. But Google is one thing, but do you understand what he's saying? Yeah? Yes, Faham? So all your friends can tell that they copied the information on. But however, I want to praise Stefan because he's the only one who did it. Okay? Yeah, but what is also outstanding, I would say, look at how he capitalized certain words and bold certain words. That means he did try to understand what the statement was, right? That's very good. Yeah. Okay. All right, copyrighted, I agree. Stefan, we can't be copying things. It's best to rephrase and come up with your own explanation. However, Hao-Ran, so what have you done? Yeah. So before you quickly want to criticize your friend's work, can you look at what your work is first? Regarding this, something to share? Okay, well, but so those of you who are not sure what is this that Stefan copied and pasted here, well, when you are in primary 5, we are going to learn a little bit about the history of its civilizations, history of civilizations, and including the Babylonians and Sumerians in your social studies. So it is something to look forward to, very interesting. And of course, I think most people know Egyptians, right? Right. So, but apart from this, which word? This word? Sexagesimal. Do you know decimal? Do you know decimals? We talk about decimals, right? So decimals are in the powers of 10, tens, hundreds, thousands. It goes by the power of 10. This word here is explained in the brackets. Counting in 60. Not counting in 10, but counting in 60. Now, what else? In the video earlier on, you see Alia also, Ayla spotted it explaining that, hey, people were telling time from long time ago in history based on the sunrise and sunset. But by the time the sun set, you can't see the sun anymore, it's all dark. And they observe the stars instead. And for the Egyptians, as well as the Babylonians, yes. Where did you find the information from? Yeah, that's cool. We can share it on the Google Classroom, okay? Yeah. So the young scientist also mentioned that. But beyond that, let's take a look at what is sharing here. Okay, and she'll say, oh, the people look at the stars and there are 12 constellations here. And 12, doesn't it look like this? And the 12 digits on your fingers. And if you watch some Asian, some Chinese old shows, you see people doing something like that. Counting digits on the hands. No, each finger has 3 parts, right? And then you have four these fingers and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do you know that there's a trick to times table on your fingers? Okay, you know, very good. Okay, anyway, so gradually people realized that, hey, the whole day, this was night time. So night, not in the dark, not really night, when it's all dark. But anyway, let's take a look a little bit more.
12, because why not? Egyptians preferred duodecimal numbers to match the lunar cycles in a year, or maybe the finger joints on each hand. But either way, that's how we got a 24-hour day. Or they might have stolen it from the Babylonians. Ancients eventually switched from watching stars to watching water drip, but hours weren't a fixed length until Greek astronomers decided to make it that way. Later, Greeks decided to divide up circles into a very random 360.
Can you see that? Does this look familiar? Which chapter is this? Angles. Does angles sound familiar? How do you think angles is associated to time? Very good. Have you seen the sundial before at the botanical gardens? Yeah, that's how the sun casts a shadow, and yes, and then you got the idea.
60 degrees, and each degree into 60 smaller minutes, and each of those into 60 smaller seconds. Why? Greek astronomers borrowed a lot of their math from, guess who? The Babylonians, who used a base 60 number system that they borrowed from the Sumerians. In the end, hey, I guess clocks are circles, so why not use minutes and seconds for time too?
Okay, so we just found out that, hey, what are you doing? No hurry, okay? Heaven, no one's going to chase you for homework now, all right? We just find out that 1 hour is 60 minutes, right? And that is what it looks like when they discovered 60 minutes.
From the Sumerians. In the end, hey, I guess clocks are circles, so why not use minutes? I decided to divide up circles into a very random 360 degrees.
So they realized that, okay, I can count 1 hour using 60 minutes, because 60 is the number, right? The magic number. And I can put it around this circle here, and like starting from 0 minutes, and I go 1 round is 1 minute, 1 hour, right? And then I go another round is 2 hours, and another round is 3 hours, right? Correct? So it's like 1.1 round, right? So, but if I'm going to say I cut it and pull it straight, what do you think it looks like? Yeah, it's a look like a timeline, right? Right? But why would you want to put it in a circle then? Why don't you just draw a line? Because people realize, number one, the time repeats, right? 1 hour and it repeats. It's like going like a circle. And yes, second, why not you go in a line? Would you want to wear a watch that is a straight line? No. Can you imagine the clock face is a straight line? From 1 o'clock to all the way to 24 hours. Yeah, you look like a long ruler, right? Yeah, very long. Then your clock will be super long, all the way from 1 o'clock to 24 hours in the day. And because of the magic number 60, they discovered that, hey, I don't really need to draw all 60 spaces on the clock. I only need 12. Why? No, not so much of the finger. We're done with the finger, yes. Because 12 is a factor of 60. Yes. So which times table are we following? The 5 times table. So we learned since primary 1 and 2 to tell time using a round page clock. Am I right? Am I right? So if I follow this clock here, are you listening? Your behavior is a problem. I can sense your frustration because of the new sitting arrangement. You are not sitting with the people that you are used to and enjoy sitting with. So much so that your frustration is preventing you from paying attention to what. Some of you are excited because you are discovering a new friend to talk to. But I repeat again. You need to understand why your teachers change your teaching reform. I can tolerate you, can encourage you, can be firm to you, can tell you to keep quiet, and you will listen. Will you do so for every teacher? So you choose your behavior. Your behavior has consequences. Manage your own feelings now, regardless you like it or not, when you're sitting. Because I only have this amount of time with you. And I need to finish the chapter on time before. Hopefully, I can finish the whole chapter on time by next year. Because we will have to start area parameter and finish area parameter as much as possible before Children's Day. And most after Children's Day, only 1-2 extra lessons on time. I don't even have time to show you the calendar, how packed it is, and how much little time you have before your exam. So I'm trying to ask you to look, bring out whatever you learned since primary 1 and 2 and 3 about time, and try to connect with the new things we're going to learn very soon. This is a very important chapter. I just came from my P5 class, and I was just telling them, we finished the chapter on rate. For example, how much I need to pay for parking if I park a car at the car park for a certain period of time. And the car park charge is different based on the duration of parking. And for the P5 children, they realize some of them, yeah, when I was P4, I should have learned my timeline properly. Because I can't do timeline properly, I thought of what I need to at primary 5. It's a very important chapter. I'm the one talking a lot now, Sergi. You are not. So you don't need to do your water. Put the water down. So from primary 1 and 2, we've seen this curve. And we understood that reading time using this curve is based on the 5 times table. Like for example, 4:30 p.m. The hour hand is off. No, say 4:30. Say whatever they choose here. For example, this is 1:50 either AM or PM. Let's say it's PM in the afternoon. 1:50 PM. How will I know? Because the shorthand, the hour hand, shows that for the hour is in between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So it's 1 something. Not yet 2, but 1 something. Exactly 1 what? I look at the long mini hand, it's pointing at the number 10. But I need to do times table. 10 times 5 for 50. Why? For minutes, it's actually 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 50, 55, 50, 5, 60 minutes. Can you understand? That's why it's 12, because it goes by the 5 times table. And I can go 1 hour is 60 minutes, and I can just look at the grouping by the hour number. But since everybody here sitting here already know that the whole day is not 12 hours. The whole day is actually 24 hours. Then why is this clock not showing 24? Where is number 13? Where is number 14? Where is number 15? Where is number 17? Where is number 18? Where is 24? So do I really need to show until 24? Why? Because like Farhan said, since minutes follow the 5 times before, I have to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 25, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So as 12 is a factor of 24. Right? So my clock doesn't have to show all the way up to 24. If I have to show all the way up to the clock face will be super big. If I have to show all the way to 24. And imagine to 12 to 24, wow, the long ruler will be super long. Longer, very long. So I do not need, I will need like a shortcut 12. Why? Because when the start of the day, the time will be a new day. A fresh new day, the time will be 0. And 12 o'clock is 12 midnight. You know 12 midnight? Yes. You already know 12 midnight, right? So 12 midnight is 12 a.m. It is actually 0. 0. 0. It starts 0. 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. 100 hours. Then I can count. After midnight, a new day begins. That is how today begins. 22nd of September 2022. 220922. We started at 12 midnight. 100 hours. Then the day today, 220922. 22nd September of year 2022. Started 1 hour later. It was 01. 1 hour. After that, 2 a.m. It was 0 to 100 hours. 1 hour after that, it was 3 a.m. 0, 3, 100 hours. And then it was 6 o'clock in the morning. Alarm sounded. Time to get up from the bed. That was 0600 hours. Yeah, I will call it 0600 hours. The day started 6 a.m. Have the school, and then right now it's going to be almost 12 in the afternoon. Right? That will be actually not afternoon, 12 noon. Midday. Half the day has already passed. Once it hits 12 noon, midday, half the day of 22nd September 2022 has gone past. And that will be 1200 hours. Can you understand that? Yes? Good question. Everyone is paying attention. They ask, how come I'm reading it as 1200 hours? Very important question. The most important question today. 1200 hours. 1 hour later, it will be 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. and everybody will be very eager because 25 minutes later, you'll be after school. Yay! Yay! So it will be 1 p.m. Right? 1 p.m. will be what? 1300 hours. Why is it 1300 hours? Yes. I'm reading the 24 hours, but why is it 13? Also 12. So I don't continue counting. So 1 p.m. will be 1300 hours. 2 p.m. 14 what? 1400 hours. 3 p.m. 4 p.m. 5 p.m. 6 p.m. 7 p.m. 8 p.m. 9 p.m. 10 p.m. 11 p.m. 12 midnight. Yes, Evan? Okay, yeah, we're getting there, wait. Down here is going to explain, but wait, we were at 12 midnight. Just now, wait. Hello. Just now we said the day 22nd September 2022 started at 12 midnight is 0 hours. But just now we counted to 11 p.m. it was 2300 hours. Then we said 12 midnight is 2400 hours. Who said 12 midnight is 2400 hours? Nobody? Alright. What was the question?
Who said that 12 p.m. is 400 hours?
Do you? So who agrees that 12 midnight is 2400 hours? Nobody?
Yes.
Are you sure? Now who says it's 0 then? 0 hours. Wait. Who says it's 0? 0 hours. Who says 2400 hours? Who says probably both? Who says I don't know? Okay. No. Hey, can your answer be is not 2400 hours? Cannot. Why? Because we already said what? We already all know. After 24 hours. So definitely in 400 hours. Right? So that's how we never raise that one. Those never raise that one. So 12 midnight is 2400 hours. Is that correct? Yes. But then you said it's 0 hours. Is that correct? Yes, correct too. So the answer is both are correct. Why both are correct? Why both are correct? Yes. And correct. It is the end at 12 midnight. Is going to be the end of the day of 22 September 2000. At the same time, is also a new day, 23rd September 2020. Can you understand that? Alright, so that's it. We'll continue this video next time. Let's take a look at, for those of us who have the textbook, if you look at the time, yes. All right, on the textbook is page 137. You can see here in your textbook, page 137, shows you what we were doing just now. Now, exactly how do we read the time then? Let's take a look. This is the timeline I was talking about. Look at this. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if your watch looked like that? Yeah. You'll be wow, right? Yeah, very long, longer than your hand already. So you realize that actually no need to do that because men have become so smart. They invented this round circular clock with spaces and divisions and intervals that I can count in groups. Groups of 5, groups of 12 to representing the time in 24-hour clock. So if you look at page 138 and 139 of the book, you can see the whole timeline. Then next, we were practicing reading earlier on. That was what I was doing with you. How do you read the time? And you'll notice that I said, well, 3 a.m. in the morning is 0300 hours. Whereas at 12 noon is 12 spacing 00, known as 1200 hours. Why are we reading like that? Just now Zahir said, why? Zahir, you were trying to explain to Edmund, right? Edmund asked the question, why am I reading as this? 0300 hours, 1200 hours. Because you won't read time. Will you say the time is 1200? No, you wouldn't. But exactly why? Because if you look at the spacing here, can you see there's a space between these two numbers and these two numbers? You see 03 space 00. In some countries, like in the army, or if you see the clock at the bottom, in your digital clock, can you see the digital clock? Next square. Can I put the circle clock into a square? Yeah, why not? It's just a design. China cannot. Can. You go home and Google yourself, Google expert, you go home and look. Of course have. I see many design before. Okay, but like our friend said, it's not the design, it's the concept. Now look, hey. So the digital clock here, can you see? There's 2 dots here, and then 2 dots here. It separates what? Separates the hours and minutes. Can you understand that? Now, why will some countries use the colon and why some countries don't use? If you look here, here in your textbook and notebook in maths, they write 07 space 30, 13 space 11. Okay, 13 space 11. How do you read? You look here, 07 30 hours. Okay, 13 11 hours. That's how you read. Okay, if you think about it, it's kind of saying the order of timing in the day. The start of the day was 0, right? So you will say that 7 was the 7th hour of the day. The number 7 hours of the whole day started at 0, right? Yeah. But this one is a minute 30. So you see what does the 2 dots here separate? Separates hours and minutes. But in your workbook textbook, I don't want to see these dots. Why? Yes, very good point. Because if you put dots, you might get yourself confused with decimal point. Can you understand, say? That's what the spacing will do. Don't confuse yourself, okay? This is very important now. But AM and PM got the dot. 2:30 PM, 2.30 P dot M dot. 2:30 PM. Can you understand? This one you learned that before? 2:30 PM, 2.30 P dot M dot. 2:30 PM. That's how you read it, right? The decimal point separates the hours and minutes too. But when you write in 24-hour clock, do not put the decimal thing. Okay? That one will be wrong unit already. Yes. what I was saying. In a whole day, we have 24 hours. So the meaning of time in 24 hours is talking about time period as you go past the duration of the day. That's how you read by convention. And when people invented this, they use it for all the countries in all the world. So that everybody understands. And especially when you go to the army in future, they will not use AFPM. Yes, they will go with the 24-hour clock. Okay? Alright. So much talking already. Now must try. Okay, so here, before we try it, so this one, let's do E first. So you have the example, 12:15 a.m. See, 12:15 A dot M dot is, how do you read this? 0:15 hours or 0:115 hours. Okay? 0:115 hours. Okay, what about this one? This one. Okay, how about this? Okay, 1345 hours. Okay, can or not? So 1500 hours. Can you see that from this partition here is like 12 plus 1, 12 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 12 plus 4. Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay. So let's try our book now. This one, oh, this one. 7:55 is? PM. 1955 hours. How do I get it? 7 plus 12. Okay, very good. I heard Trevor, very good. Okay, then now we try. Here are a lot more examples. Here the departure schedule. If you take plane, this one is going Batam and Harbourfront. Yes, you will see this happen often too. Okay, let's ask Owen. Let's say this one, 1720 hours. What is it in 12-hour clock? To get the 12-hour clock, I will minus 12. So what should this timing be? 5:20 p.m. Okay, that must happen. If it's 12 o'clock, then if it's 12-hour clock, you must take AM, PM. Understand? Okay, so loading. Okay, this is page 171. 7:30 a.m. Okay, the question here says, put a tick in a box for the correct time in 12-hour clock. So over here, you see AM, PM. AM and PM will mean $12-hour clock. Okay, 12-hour clock. 24-hour clock, you will see 2 spaces followed by a space here, and then the timing at the back. Okay, so I will leave a space between them. All right, so it's AM, so it's in the morning. You see AM, no need to plus 12. How do you read it? 730 hours. Okay, so BSI, you will say that it's the 730th hour of the day. So it's like 30 minutes, but it's at that hour of the day. 700 hours to 800 hours. It was that in between the day, that timing. Okay, next. Peter's CCA ends at 3:30 p.m. So PM I must plus 12. What will be the answer? Okay, 1530 hours. Okay, I feel confident about reading it. All right. Then 11 p.m. Very good. 2300 hours. 12 a.m. Very good. This one very important. It's AM. It's a new day. That means it's after the new day. 12 a.m. is a new day. That means it's at the 24th hour. Okay, 12 a.m. is the 24th hour. So meaning is can be written as like that, but it's already the next day. So 12:05 a.m. is already at 00 space 05. So it's just 5 minutes into the new day. So it's 0:105 hours. 00:05. But it's not saying really 5 hour. It's not 5 hours, but I'm talking about that part of the day. Okay, so it's like the 5 minutes into the new day. Right, is that okay so far? Then this one you try yourself now. Finish already. Okay, very good. Can? Okay, so what do we have here? AM, so is 0, 8, spacing 35. Is that okay? 10, spacing 27. So 127 hours. Can do? Was that okay? And then PM. So PM I must add. Okay, very good. Okay, 12 and add 12. So what is the answer? 2 plus 12 is? Okay. 1455 hours. You don't really have to write the hours at the back. It shows the time to write this. Okay, don't confuse yourself with duration. Okay, 12 noon. Huh? Noon. Yes, 12:00. Is it 00:00? No, that's 12 midnight. So 12 midnight, you can write 24:00 or a new day 00:00. And then 11:56 will be 23. And then this is okay. Easy or difficult? Easy, right? So you just take note. 12-hour clock means from 0 in the start of the day to 12 noon to the next day 24. It goes in a cycle, so 12:24 is back to 0. Okay? Hannah? Okay, let's move on. Okay, next page. Next page involves us with the timeline. Okay. Question 3 and question 4. How about you try on your own first, then I go through. Okay. Give you 4 minutes to try the page. Okay. Page 100 and oh yes, I haven't gone through 169 yet, right? Okay, never mind. Go through that to check your answers. Let's do 172. 172 to give you 5 minutes with it. Okay, 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is better. For a bit odd. Let's give it a good timing. Okay, that's 170. Write each time annotating the question. Annotate the question. Question says write the time is 12. To you, both timeline and the right. The 12 is the power clock. No timeline. You're supposed to tell the time. To do 100. And something is very important before we move on to solving problem. Please use Okay, time's up. Right, so okay, let's take a look at this. Here says you got to write each time in 12-hour clock. It should include AM or PM. Then over here, I just mentioned that above the number line, that's 24-hour clock. You can see by looking at how it's presented, there's spacing between the two numbers. So over here, this is in between, so it should be 06, 30, 100 hours. And the bottom row, you're supposed to write in 12-hour clock. So for 12-hour clock, you must have AM and PM in your answer. In this case, you can see all these values for this first question are before noon time. So it should be 6:30 AM. You look at how I'm writing the units, very clear. 6.30.A.M. But you don't see me reading the time as in the time now is 6.30.A.M. right? So weird, right? You will just say you will just say 6:30 AM, right? You won't say, you will say the time is 9.48 A.M. You will just say 9:48 AM. But why are the dots important? Anybody Google about AM and PM? Yes. Oh, yes. What do you know? No. Yes? Oh, no. AM and PM. Hey, later I review the answer, okay? Continue first. It doesn't stand for, it's not supposed to stand for after midnight, after morning. No. Post morning. No. That's not what it meant. Okay? All right. Science and maths were more profound than that. Okay? All right. But of course, Dashi is not wrong. It's a shortcut way to remembering it. Okay? It's okay. Now, wait. Let's take a look at this. So the top one is 24-hour clock. Here's the clue here, 4 p.m. So this will be 4:39 p.m. Okay, 6:15 p.m. I can get the answer by subtracting 12. And then this one is 8:50 p.m. Is that okay for this one? All right? Easy? Okay, difficult? Okay. Okay. Then next one. Draw arrows to mark the positions on the timeline. Can you tell me what is the duration for each spacing, each interval? 15 minutes. How do you know? 15 divided by 4? Oh, I see. Okay, and Zashi, you say? Oh, 45 divided by 3. Okay, that's a good idea too. Now, how else do I know? It's like here, what Ryan was saying, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock is 1 hour, that's 60 minutes. So, one spacing is 15 minutes. Well, that means you see there's a clue here as well. 2 spacings was 30 minutes. So one space, one interval is 15 minutes. Is that okay? Can, right? So my answer, let me use a different color. This color is okay. 1345 hours will be here. Is that okay? So this one is the one. 1345. I don't have a ruler here. Can you draw it yourself? Then 1015 should be here. 10:15 hours or 10:15 hours. Is that okay? Cannot? Okay. Can? Okay, all right. Then you have 12:15 here. Is this okay? Yeah. You draw the straight line yourself with a ruler, please. This one, 0 here, 130 hours. Is that okay? Can? So I can go. Oops. Okay? Okay? Is that okay? You can you count time? Yes. Can you give me 2 minutes? Okay, just 2 minutes, Okay. Right. So everybody, one key thing we remember today is say it louder so I can record on my microphone and share the recording later. I'm glad you're happy. Right, so first we remember this thing that Stephen helped us to discover on Google, the special 60. The next thing we learn, how to read time according to 24 hours. Is that okay? And the last thing, be able to find it on the timeline. Okay? Right. So I would like you to complete your workbook 169170. If you have not completed 169 already, then you only have one page to do, 170. Is that okay? And then tomorrow we'll be talking about the work problems already. Now, Madam Chua,
seconds for time too. What's clear here is the 24-60-60 system doesn't make much sense. It's just how it happened. Water clocks spread all over the world and became adding bobs and gears to show the water level and time on a face. But Europeans were the first to get rid of the water entirely and just use gears and gadgets, mostly because European astronomers needed extremely accurate time measurements to do experiments. Science molded clocks into intricate counting machines. Just figure out some regular wiggler like Galileo's pendulum or Christian Huygens' spring and count the wiggles. Congrats, you're a Time Lord, Harry. This new precision time created a new kind of human day. People knew when to go to work and when to meet. More and more people disconnected their day from nature and turned it over to machines, which sounds kind of familiar. By the Industrial Revolution, schedules could be regulated to the minute. Workers became slaves to the clock, and productivity was measured by what you made in how much time, because after all, time is money. This was a huge shift in human history. Clocks even revolutionized exploration and fueled the colonial era. Precise longitude measurements require precise clocks. Sailors synced fancy new spring watches to a master clock at Royal Greenwich Observatory so they'd always know where and when they were. But remember that noonday canon? Accurate timepieces don't work if you...
So it was about the invention of timekeeping devices. Okay, now today, apart from the homework page 170, can I request for anybody in the class to create an interesting poster? 2 options for you. Number 1, for example, measurement units of time. Images. For example, you can show these. Well, not very exciting, looks a little boring. How about this? Looks nicer. Or maybe you can design what Stephen was talking about. Okay, poster for time, history, like the invention of time devices, clocks, like that you share about the history of time. Okay, let me find more examples and share with you tomorrow. Timekeeping devices. Like this. Have you seen this before? Have you seen this before? Hello. Have you seen these devices before? Yeah. Have you seen the alarm clock before? I'm sure you did. A stopwatch. Have you seen a stopwatch before? I'm sure you did. How about an hourglass? Yeah. The sundial. All right. So for those of you who are interested in decorating our classroom, feel free to come up with the posters, either for the measurement of time, okay, like this, all right, or like this, okay, for our classroom. Okay, so everybody, please do up your homework. I see you tomorrow.